Hi, welcome to Travelogue.tv and onebroadcast.net, and to a chat about a lovely country getaway in South Africa. My favourite places generally seem to be family owned or run, and Fordoun Hotel and Spa is one such place. Fordoun is peacefully nestled in the KwaZulu-Natal midlands, a few minutes from Nottingham Road village. If those two names sound awfully British, it has everything to do with the colonial past, and equally the setting. Apart from the middle of the scorching African summers, you could easily mistake Fordoun for its Scottish namesake. You can read my thoughts and writing on Travelogue.tv and Travelogue.africa, but what I wrote is hardly the complete picture. Fordoun is not only about physical pampering, but spiritual and mental healing. During a recent stay, I chatted with Elliot Ndlovu, Fordoun's USP or unique selling point. Elliot had been involved with John Bates, Fordoun's founder, long before Fordoun opened to the public. And if you visit, John will tell you some fascinating background that I dare not talk about regarding Fordoun and what might have been. Elliot is a Sangoma, a traditional Zulu medicinal and spiritual healer, also a herbalist and an ethnobotanist. Now, people often have a vague idea of African beliefs and divining, but are not aware of the stringent demands the spirits make of those they call to serve them, with failure to fulfill these demands being punished with bad luck, illness, or even death. In the book A Sangoma Story by Melanie Reader, Elliot describes his calling late one night, followed by the mental illness and necessary process of suffering, his utwasa, in order to become a healer. As a young man, he was awoken in the dead of night by an apparition sent by his ancestors. In terror, he fled to a river where he was submerged until sunrise. There, on the bottom of the riverbed, he claimed to acquire all the knowledge from his ancestors of his cultural heritage in order to heal bodies and minds. Calling and consulting with the ancestors to help his clients find inner peace is part and parcel of his work. Elliot has three different kinds of spirits constantly bombarding him with chattering and whistling, but he's learned to be faithful to their demands, which have truly tested him. But from the torment and tragedy came consultations with Oscar nominees in Hollywood, a meeting with the British Queen, and a Christmas visit from a former state president. Elliot's tales of storm chasing and magical serpents may be challenging to wrap your head around, but spend some time with this charismatic man, and his unwavering belief and earthy directness and confidence of being is compelling. In Elliot's garden and around his consulting rooms are over 120 different species of healing plants, used by him and in Fordoun Spa and health products. I want to know, did you ever imagine in your utwasa, if I'm saying it correctly, in your utwasa, did you ever imagine that you would come to be here?
Truly speaking, when I was did twasaring, after I finished for twasaring, because I didn't go for training, I was submerged underwater for 5 hours, that's why I got training. But when I was there underwater, my ancestors told me some other thing, what is going to happen, that after we did a ceremony, same day, welcoming my ancestors, they told me a couple of things that must happen. That firstly, I must grow indigenous plants. When growing indigenous plants, teaching people about the sustainability, the using of indigenous plants in a sustainable way. Secondly, that I must combine the African and the Western wisdom together. So to come to that point that did I know that I'm going to be here one day? So when you look at my ancestors that I must combine the African wisdom, it meant they saw there that one day I'll be here, but they kept it as a secret. Because even though after I finished that ceremony, they told me that one day I must get a nip bottle. You know a nip bottle? That nip bottle, I must take in purple hill chrism and burn it and ask my ancestors to stay in that bottle. Then I must keep that bottle in my pocket and then go with them and stay them with overseas. Which means that 3 times I've been in London, Italy, and Los Angeles. That means that they told me, but they keep it a secret, not tell me exactly what's going to happen. So, truly speaking, myself physically I didn't know, but my ancestors didn't know that one day I'll be here.
I think that's sort of like a lot of spiritual journeys.
Correct.
You've got to live the question. You don't ask too many questions.
Yeah.
You'll find out later.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
So, but that does lead on to another question. How did you actually come to be here at a five-star hotel spa?
Okay. To come here to the 5-star hostel because, I was at Escort running like a community project which was growing the medicinal plants, etc., etc. Because that's where the time I was coming from, Chelsea Flower Show and from Italy. And then John drove to me at Escort and see what I'm doing. They said, Elliot, we building a 5-star hotel. Will you be interested to come and grow some medicinal plants there and make your product? And I just said, John, that sounds good, but that's what exactly I'm doing at Escort. So this project Escort is not going anywhere because it's full of politics, Moving here to another good environment, that will be good things to me because I can't go forward to this because it's full of politics, the project, etc., etc., etc. They end up killing one of the Indian guy. So that's how I moved there from here. And I got a very nice, beautiful environment.
Okay.
Yes.
So you knew John before?
Correct, yes.
Going back to when?
Going back where we started like a community project, which was called the Midlands Investment Initiative. It was a community craft,
How has being here enabled you in your calling, in your journey, in your spiritual life?
Well, to me, I think that was the best interest from my ancestors. John was talking about the African experience here in Fordoun. Even before he coming here, most of my clients, 80% were Western people, 20% were black people. So when John realized that my job is going like that, he knew that exactly what I'm doing, it will fit up here.
How did that happen?
Well, I think it's from my ancestors. I was telling some of the clients, to me, how the ancestors work, I don't understand because everything they knew from before, even like 80% customers. One day there at Kembeck, I was having a ceremony where I slaughtered 3 cattle. It's a lot of money. And afterward, there's a friend of mine who was a tour operator. He sent 2 buses for the tourists. You know what? The money that I've spent there for the ceremony, pay back from those tourists. They were paying the food, soca beers, etc. They said, no, they don't eat food from Allah. Because if our ceremony, we just supply the community free of food. But they were paying, and also the consultation. The money was that pile-on. In my concert, I couldn't believe. I told my mom said, hey, we got a function here, you're making a business here. I said, it's about my ancestors, I can't do anything, Yeah.
I know that in your early days, your road with the Amadlozi wasn't easy.
Correct.
They put you through a lot, not just you, but your family.
Exactly. Yeah.
Through a lot of hardship, trials, but they were trying to get you on where you're supposed to be headed, and sometimes necessary.
Yes.
Your road wasn't always easy.
Yes.
Since you've been here, has it become more easy? Correct. Easy, not necessarily more easy, but do you feel that the guidance is clearer? Do you feel that you're correct on your path, that they don't have to give you a baseball bat or a bit of a shamrocking?
Yes, yeah.
Everything has gone much better. Absolutely. And I don't mean financially, I mean spiritually.
No, it's gone absolutely fantastic. For being here, to me, I think it was the opening for everything, because today I got a farm, so Fordoun has got impact for me of getting the farm because of being loyalty and respect. And for everything, because even here, Fordoun gave me a chance to pay the farm and also time to appear, they're 100% open about what I'm doing,
Thanks for listening. You can read more about Fordoun and other lovely places if you visit Travelogue.tv or Travelogue.africa.